I invited my affair partner into my marriage, expecting my husband to obey, but his ruthless revenge left me in ruins. Chapter 1. The door I should have never opened. I thought I was being bold, empowered, modern. Everyone online was preaching about open marriages, calling them the future of love. They made it sound like liberation. Why settle for one person when you can have it all? TikToks, podcasts, couples grinning over cocktails on TV, all selling this fantasy. I believed it. I convinced myself it wasn't cheating. It was progress. My husband, Nathan, and I had been together for 10 years. He was safe, reliable, predictable, a software engineer who programmed by day and pampered me by night. The man who never forgot to charge my car before winter mornings. The man who texted me good luck before every meeting and whispered, "I love you," every night before we fell asleep. But over time, craved more. More passion. More danger. More excitement. That's when I met Derek. He was everything Nathan wasn't. Spontaneous, arrogant, magnetic. We met at an out-of-town work summit. It started with innocent cocktails. Then hotel rooms. Then weekends away under excuses of networking events. Then secret gym meetups after work. Soon enough, guilt stopped knocking. I told myself I deserved this. After nearly 8 months of sneaking around, I thought, why hide it? Why not have both worlds? Nathan's stability, Derek's chaos. I decided to introduce it, casually over dinner. It was a quiet night. Grilled salmon, risotto, and Nathan's favorite vintage wine. I cleared my throat and, trying to sound breezy, said, "Nathan, I think we should try something new / I want to open our marriage." He didn't flinch. Didn't even blink. He calmly set down his fork, looked at me with those steady eyes, and asked in a flat, controlled voice, "Is there already someone else?" My heart thudded. I nodded, swallowing hard. Yes. His name's Derek. He makes me feel alive. But I still love you, Nathan. I want to add, not subtract. Silence. Thick, unbearable silence. Then, in that same calm voice he always used when solving problems, he said one word. Understood. No anger. No yelling. No dramatic scene. Understood. I thought he was considering it. I was wrong. 3 days later, I woke up to an empty closet. His toothbrush gone. His keys left on the kitchen counter. And next to them, an ominous manila envelope. Inside, divorce papers. Asset transfers, bank account closures, every financial knot unraveled with surgical precision, and a yellow sticky note on top, holding just 4 words. You wanted freedom. Enjoy it. Chapter 2. The collapse begins. I stood in the kitchen barefoot, gripping that envelope like a live grenade. Didn't make sense. Nathan never reacted like this. He was calm, rational. Talk it out, Nathan. He wouldn't just leave. But he had. Everything was neatly dismantled. Joint accounts closed. His name stripped from our investments. My credit cards deactivated. Utilities transferred to me. The house. Still mine. But with the mortgage, taxes, and repairs now solely my burden. Called. Straight to voicemail. Texted. No reply. Then, like a creeping tide, panic started to seep in. I kept telling myself he just needed time. Until HR from my company called. Hi Camille, just a heads up. Nathan removed you from his corporate health insurance. We'll need you to arrange your own coverage. Removed me already. That night, Derek showed up, grinning, holding a 6-pack like nothing happened. I told him Nathan was gone. Derek laughed. Sweet. So, I'm moving in now, right? He wasn't joking. To him this wasn't heartbreak, it was a win. Free house. Free bed. Free me. But deep down I knew. Nathan hadn't given up. He was planning. And I learned just how far he'd gone when I logged into my laptop. The desktop wallpaper, once a photo from our wedding, was now a black screen with words in stark white. You made your bed. Lie in it. Password changed. Files wiped. Soon after, legal letters arrived. Nathan wasn't simply divorcing me. He was strategizing with frightening precision. Our prenup, the one I had dismissed as silly paperwork, became his sword. Every message, every receipt, every betrayal, documented. This wasn't a man acting in anger. This was chess, and I was already in check. Chapter 3. My lover revealed his true face. At first, Derek made it feel like we were in some reckless romance novel. No rules, no guilt, just passion. "We don't need that boring loser to have fun," he'd laugh, wrapping his arm around me, playing loud music, drinking until sunrise. But within a week, the cracks showed. He stopped pretending to care. No help with groceries. No interest in cleaning. No mention of sharing expenses. When I brought up the mortgage, he scoffed. "That's your problem, Camille. I didn't ask you to throw your marriage away." That's when it hit me. Derek wasn't in love with me. He loved the lifestyle, the comfort, the chaos, the sex. And I didn't even have that anymore. Meanwhile, Nathan's ghost was everywhere. The Netflix account cancelled. Our family doctor, his name removed. Mutual friends stopped answering my calls. Even my own mother called me and said, "Nathan was too good for you. What the hell were you thinking?" The final blow from Derek came quietly. One night, he left his phone charging in the guest room. Curious, I checked it. A message lit up. "She's falling apart. I'll stick around until I find something better." That was it. He saw me as a temporary stop. But worse than anger, I felt nothing. Because in that moment, I realized I hadn't just lost my marriage. I'd lost the only person who ever truly respected me. Then the mail arrived. An unmarked envelope. Inside, high-resolution photos. Me and Derek, laughing in the kitchen, tangled on the couch, asleep in bed. Every shot taken from Nathan's security cameras, installed 2 years earlier. On the back of the final photo, 5 words scrawled in black ink. "Proof, just in case, darling." This wasn't a divorce. It was an execution. And Nathan was still holding the knife. Chapter 4. My public unraveling. 3 days later, Derek left. No warning. Just a note on the kitchen counter. "Can't be part of this drama. You're toxic." Oh, the irony. Suddenly, the quiet house I once longed for felt like a prison. But my worst humiliation was still waiting. I had been scheduled to speak at a community event, something Nathan and I once co-hosted. I forgot it was even on the calendar. When I arrived, whispers followed me like shadows. The moderator's words cut like glass. "Before we begin, we need to address a serious matter." My chest tightened. He pulled out a manila folder. Photos from Nathan's surveillance, blurred but obvious. Me. Derek. My home. Time-stamped. The room gasped. "This violates the integrity of our values here. Camille, we ask that you resign immediately." Silence. No defense. No mercy. I left with my head down, heart racing. Outside, I found a note taped to my car windshield. A printout of my wedding photo with Nathan, scrawled over in red ink. "You had it all, and threw it away." I sobbed in the car, not out of shame or heartbreak, but because I realized the man I betrayed didn't need rage to ruin me. He destroyed me with silence. Chapter 5. The final crushing blow. A month later, the dust still hadn't settled. My job placed me under review. Sponsorships vanished. Friends gone. Then came a knock on my door. A courier with a sleek white envelope, addressed to Camille Shaw. Inside, an embossed invitation. "You are cordially invited to the launch of Valor Enterprises, a legacy of loyalty, discipline, and rebirth. Hosted by Nathan Shaw. Location: the Lexington Grand Hotel. Date: Saturday, 7 p.m. Wear something stunning. You'll want to look your best for what's ahead." My stomach dropped. I wasn't invited to make amends. I was summoned to witness. I went. The event was breathtaking. White roses, crystal chandeliers, champagne flowing. Nathan stood at the center, radiating calm power in a tailored suit, with a stunning woman by his side. Elise, the coworker I'd once mocked as mousy. Now she looked radiant, confident. His partner in business and in life. They looked untouchable. Nathan approached me, still smiling warmly. "Thanks for coming," I croaked. "Why invite me?" He leaned in, voice calm but cold. "Because closure isn't about forgiveness. It's about seeing the aftermath. I wanted you to witness what I built, without you." I stood frozen. Then, as he turned away, he added with a smirk. "Oh, and Derek. He messaged me last week, begging for a second chance. I told him to ask you directly." His voice softened to a whisper. But I knew he wouldn't. Cowards never do. And then he walked away, free, victorious, untouchable. Chapter 6. The silence that will haunt me forever. That was the last time I saw Nathan. He moved out of state soon after, expanding Valor Enterprises into a multi-million-dollar empire. 6 months later, he proposed to Elise. Me. I'm left behind, smiling for social media, pretending life is fine, while drowning in the consequences of my own betrayal. Nathan taught me something I'll never forget. Revenge isn't loud. It's quiet. It's watching the person you underestimated rebuild everything. Without you. Final message to the audience. If you've ever been betrayed, discarded, or underestimated, this story is for you. Not because Nathan shouted or raged, but because he walked away and let the consequences speak louder than any words. Like, comment, and share if you've ever lost someone who came back stronger than you imagined and left you watching from the sidelines. Subscribe for more true inspired stories of brutal betrayals, quiet revenge, and the raw power of walking away. 'Cause sometimes, silence is the loudest victory of all.